Howdy partners, it's your old buddy the Reddit writer. Welcome back to the Reddit Ranch. Come in and sit a spell and listen to the mighty fine tales I gotta tell. Our first story of the day deals with a young man who thinks he may have taken it too far by telling his girlfriend that she wasn't the hot girl anymore, just because she treats him like her own personal ATM.
AITA for telling my girlfriend that she isn't the hot girl anymore after she told me that the only reason she dated a guy like me is because she has a kid? Me and my girlfriend are both 29, and we have been together for 10 months. She has a son from a previous relationship, father is not involved, who is 5 years old. For the past 3 months we have been arguing a lot about money. When we first started dating I made a lot more than her. I made $112,000 a year, and she made $40,000 a year. So in our relationship, therefore, I paid for the vast majority of the expenses, and I encouraged her to use the money she saved to pay off her debt, and I even helped to pay it off. Our relationship got much worse after I helped her out with her career. One of my cousins is high up in the state government, and got her a nice job as a contractor to the state government. Her salary went up to $78K a year, and she is able to work from home as well. My girlfriend started using her new money to just buy a lot of luxury items. Every time I would come to her apartment, she would have boxes. She spent a ton of money on clothes for her son. I was like, okay, sure, celebrate for a little bit then, but let's get back to responsible budgeting. However, her spending habits got worse. She took her new salary to get new credit cards and then also started buying stuff on Affirm and Klarna. We argued a lot about this, and I decided to just give up on this, that I was going to stop giving her advice on money unless she explicitly asks. But the problem is she wants me to still pay for everything like I did when she made $40K a year. She wants me to drive her car so I can pay for her gas when we do stuff together, says I should take her and her son on vacation, pay for it all as well. For her son's birthday she had me buy him a PS5, then said it was from the both of us. We got into a big fight, and I told her that now that she makes more money, I was going to be spending less money on her. She then flips out and says that she could get any guy she wants, and she wouldn't have even dated a guy like me if she didn't have a kid. I asked her what she meant by a guy like me, and she is like the guys I dated before. You were tall, jacked, had tats, the kinda guy other girls all wanted. She said I should feel lucky that she even gave me a chance. I told her I don't know what delusions you have. I seen your old photos, yeah, you were the hot girl, in your early 20s, but no one is looking at you now thinking you are that anymore. You are about to be 30, you are 30 pounds heavier, thought it was closer to 40 but didn't want to be mean, and look like a mom. Sorry to tell you, but no one is looking at us thinking, damn, how did that guy get that girl? Well, you can imagine how well this went. She kicked me out of her apartment, and told me to unalive myself. I know what I said was a lot, but I didn't want this whole tone to be in the relationship that, oh, I have to keep buying her stuff because I am the unattractive person in the relationship. And that I should feel blessed she is even with me.
Wow, son, does she ever sound like such a sweetheart? I mean, here she is, dating you, you're such a lucky ATM guy. I mean, who doesn't want a woman that, after 10 months of dating, will have her boy toy pay for everything that she needs paid for? My friend, I think the best chance at happiness you could have is to dump this sidewinder now. Then she'll have no choice but to take care of her own stuff. That is until the next sucker, boyfriend, comes along. What do y'all think? Y'all think he should dump this princess, or do y'all think he should just be happy that a girl like her talks to a gent like him? Tell me what y'all reckon. Our next one involves a tenderfoot that wants to know if he is a sidewinder because he told his sister to grow up. Well now, I wonder why y'all would think that.
AITA for telling my sister it's time for her to grow up? One of my sisters is a flight attendant. She just passed the 22nd anniversary of her first flight. Being a flight attendant is the only job she's ever had, not counting babysitting when she was a teenager. She has never had a partner or serious relationship, and she claims to have never been on a date. Her address is a shoebox-sized apartment that several flight attendants use. No one actually lives there, it's just provided by the airline so she can have an address. My sister has never gone to either college or university. She has never rented or owned an apartment/house. She's never owned a car or had a driver's license. She doesn't have children. Her entire life and everything she owns fits in 2 suitcases. She has never done any of the milestones most adults have, even though she is 40 years old. I told her it's time to grow up. Our other siblings agree, and so did our grandparents and our parents before they passed. We all went to either college or university. We have proper careers. We have marriages, children, houses, or condos. We have adult responsibilities. When my sister got a job as a flight attendant, everyone thought it would be a short-term thing before she settled down. She says she will be a flight attendant until she is no longer physically or mentally able. When that happens, she says she will try to get a job on a cruise ship, or she will at least retire on one if she can't work. She's out of the country more than she's here. She's been to almost every country on Earth. Right now she is somewhere in America. New York, I think. I would love to be able to travel all over the world, and so would my siblings, but as I said, we all have children, jobs, and responsibilities. I'm a father of 3 young children and can't just pick up and leave whenever I want. My sister loves to stay in whatever country she's in when she is in between flights or on days off. She can't even be bothered to come back home. She is not happy with me, even though our brothers and sisters agree with me. I think it's long past the time where she needs to grow up and settle down. She isn't 18 years old, but it's weird to see a 40-year-old who doesn't act like an adult. AITA? I was just telling her the truth, and our brothers and sisters agree with me.
Wow, son, I don't reckon you could be more of a sidewinder if y'all tried. What the hell makes y'all think that being a flight attendant ain't a proper career? I think y'all's whole family is just jealous. I mean, y'all said it yourself. Y'all said that you have kids so you can't just pick up and travel the world. But she can. She's happy with her life, and she's happy with her job. Just because her job is different, doesn't mean it ain't valid. And regardless if y'all agree with this or not, being a flight attendant is a real job. You and your kin folk should be proud of her. She's doing something she loves. So, what do y'all reckon? Do y'all think she needs to grow up? Or do y'all reckon her family is just plumb jealous? Let me know in them their comments. Our next story is about a young filly that just wants her boyfriend to stop talking about his exes.
I want my boyfriend to stop talking about his exes, period. Please help me. I'm 22, and my boyfriend and I have been together for 9 months. We love each other, we respect each other, and we trust each other. We recently had a chat about our romantic and passionate experiences before each other, going into a healthy amount of detail. We wanted to open up and be vulnerable. I shared my experiences with SA and everything as well. Even before that, though, and after that, I feel like he talks about 2 of his exes more than I'm comfortable with. Because I'm a self-loathing type, I looked up both of the girls on Insta, and holy crap. I'm not his type at all. Specifically in the chest region. They use those horrible crunchy filters that make their platinum blonde hair pop, skin orange, eyes Cherenkov effect blue, and teeth blinding white, you know the one. I'm pretty plain. Average body, brownish blondish hair, hazel eyes, rarely post anywhere besides here and Twitter. I just don't look anything like them, and it's making me nervous, but I don't know why. Should I be flattered, because he loves me for me, despite the way I look? Or should I feel nervous, ugly, and insecure because he doesn't really find me that pretty, or I'm just not his type? Man, sometimes I really want to make a burner ACC and insult the girls in their comments. I'm bitter and feel sick at the fact that he shared his first with one of them and told both of them at one point that they were beautiful, got hard for them, the likes. But that really won't help anyone, I know that. They're just prettier than me. That was kind of a tangent, but I think it sets this up pretty well. I don't ever talk about my past experiences, save for the time I mentioned above, where we were opening up to each other. I just don't feel like they're relevant, and they all happened at a low point in my life, so I just never feel like bringing it up. On the other hand, I feel like he talks about them a fair amount. Just a couple of days ago, we were talking to a friend, and he brought up that his ex works at a retail store in our town, and that they talked, and she gave him a discount and the likes, when the conversation was pretty unrelated. He talks about how his sister still talks to them, they all went to the same HS, and has brought up that I'm not the first girl to do that to him regarding something new we tried together, having just been intimate with one another. It just grates at me. Why was he thinking of another girl he'd slept with during/right after we just had done it? He's a good boyfriend, he tells me he loves me, that I'm his first love, that me sharing my experiences made him really angry and jealous too, that he finds me beautiful and all, but this just nags at me sometimes. Help me, I know guys don't think the way girls do about stuff like this, so am I thinking with a bias, hearing what I want to hear because I'm a bitterly insecure person? Or is this something you would feel uncomfortable with too? Is it something I should bring up? Any advice appreciated.
Ma'am, did you all stop and think maybe he finds you better than them? Think about it. They may have been okay to sleep with, but you are the one he wants to build a future with. It's possible that he may have never even loved them, but he truly loves. Okay, I probably wouldn't bring up the whole ex thing just after being passionate with y'all, but just because you did something that reminds him of something he did with them does not mean he was thinking about them while being with you. My advice? Talk to him about it. Maybe he doesn't even reckon it's an issue. Men ain't psychic, we sometimes need to be told there's a problem. Well now, what do y'all think? Is she just being hard on herself, or do y'all think she has a cause for concern? Let me know what y'all think. Our last story was posted by a cowpoke that wants to know if he's a sidewinder because he kicked his dad and his girlfriend out onto the streets. Now, before y'all judge him, listen to the story first, it's crazy.
AITA for kicking my dad and his new girlfriend out onto the street. I bought my house from the council with a huge discount in my early 20s. House prices went insane, I have a great job, and now I have my own house, mortgage-free. During COVID my dad lost his job, then his house, a rental, so I let him move into one of my spare rooms December 2021. In January this year he met a new woman. In May I also allowed her to move in. I explained to my dad, they have 3 months to get themselves sorted then move out. On Tuesday, they're out doing whatever and Janice messages me, listen, you need to move out and let us live our life. Are you not embarrassed to be 33 and living with your dad? Start looking into rentals please. We're giving you 2 weeks to pack up. Don't talk to us about this. Your dad is embarrassed by the situation and would prefer you to just act like an adult. I reply, my dad said he is embarrassed and wants to kick me out. She replies, yes, we're fed up not being able to live our life. We can't be alone in the house. Maybe we want to sell the house? Either way, pack your stuff and go. I reply, my dad said he maybe wants to sell the house. She replies, well, we can't if you're there. If you don't leave we call the police and have you removed. It's called tough love. Discussion over. I reply, okay. Discussion over. Let's see how this plays out you psycho. She replies, excuse me? I'm trying to help you but you're too fudging stupid and entitled to see it. Start packing now. I want you out tonight. Enjoy the cold cheap rental you end up in. I reply, you probably should have checked who owned the house before you revealed yourself to be a psychotic two-faced money-grabbing witch. Have fun trying to get back in tonight. I forwarded Dad screenshots of your messages, long story short, they are both getting kicked out and about to go into an Airbnb until a rental is sorted. My dad said he didn't know she was sending those messages. I told him to leave her, but he refuses. He says I'm heartless for forcing them out onto the street. I said they are both adults and will figure it out. Am I the AH for kicking them both out? Important info. My dad was lying to Janice telling her he owned the house, and I was his useless son.
Partner, take it from me, there ain't anywhere in this world where y'all would be considered a sidewinder. Your pa and his girlfriend on the other hand, well, sometimes calling someone a sidewinder ain't an insult, it's just an accurate description. You should have told her no, it's not called tough love, it's called grand theft. Well, I done told y'all that it was a crazy story. But what do y'all reckon he should do in this here situation? Would y'all have kicked y'all's pa out too if you were him, or not? I mean, at the end of the story it did kinda sound like his pa was picking his girlfriend over his younging, didn't it? Let me know what y'all reckon in the comments below. Well, I plumb reckon that's all the time we got today, but if y'all like this here video then please, hit like and subscribe, it'll really make this old cowpoke smile. And if y'all got anything to say, then feel free to tell me what's on your mind down in the comments. Until y'all come back to the Reddit Ranch. Adios.